We're talking about the basic things you should have in place to have the best hair ever. So let me know if any of you guys here are having any problems with your hair, any problems with your hair and scalp. And I want to say thank you so much for joining. We're probably going to be here for maybe like a half an hour. If we get some good comments, I'll probably stay on a little bit longer and talk about some more things. But if you guys are having any challenges with your hair and scalp, please let me know. So I'm going to talk about the four must haves you should have in place when you want to have great hair and great scalp. So, what I want to share with you right now is I want you all to understand that when you are having a challenge with your hair and you're having a challenge with your scalp, these are some things that you need to have in place. And usually, what I see when I have clients that come in for a hair scalp exam, I'll ask them, well, are you taking any vitamins? Are you taking any minerals? They'll say no. And then I'll say, well, why not? If you want to have great hair growth, you should be taking a hair and scalp mineral or a multivitamin. And they'll say, oh, well, I don't feel like taking any pills. I don't feel like taking anything. I don't feel like taking this. But sometimes the people that I meet, by the time I meet them, they're already on a couple medications, but they would rather take the medication that the doctor gives them that's tearing them down, that's pulling different minerals from their body that is contributing to the hair loss, but yet they don't want to take anything to fortify and support their body's needs to make hair growth better. So that's one of the first things I do when clients come in. I'll say, are you taking any vitamins? Are you taking anything for your hair? Are you taking anything for your scalp? So Danielle Harmon, your situation is a little bit different because if you say you have no hair at all, taking a hair and scalp multi-mineral probably won't benefit your hair because I don't know why you have no hair. I don't know if it's because of a nervous system issue. I don't know if it's an immune system issue. I don't know if it's a gut issue that led to autoimmune issues. I don't know why you don't have hair. So that's a very layered question when you're coming on the scene and I don't know anything about you and we haven't met. I really can't help you in that respect because I don't know why you lost your hair. I don't know if it's due to chemotherapy or cancer or illness. You have to share with me a little bit about your history because that's how things work. When we're in the health and wellness industry, we need data. We don't just take your word for it, sight unseen, and then just dish out, oh, this is what it is. I need information. So if you can share with us in the chat why you've lost your hair, then I can share with you which minerals or where you need to go in that direction. So what I was sharing is nice to have you back, JOSIF Whitney. Thank you for joining. What I'm sharing is when clients come in and they're having hair and scalp issue, because by the time you reach me, hi tight naturals. By the time you reach me, you sit in my chair and you visit me for a trichological or a health and wellness exam to improve your hair and scalp health, I usually say to my clients, are you taking any minerals, any vitamins, anything to enhance your quality of life and your standard of living? And they'll say no, but they're on medication, but they don't want to go the extra mile and take something for their body to improve the physiology and how well their body's performing. Hopefully, to the point, well, it will allow you to not have to depend on medication so much. So often, many people will say no. So I'm just going to point out the benefit of just having two of these in your life and how it enhances you. This is just an example. So one thing I want to share with you is vitamin D. There are vitamin D receptors on every cell that is in the body. So when our body's creating new cells every day, it's taking the food that we eat, it breaks it down into amino acids. Those amino acids form new cells for us. Every cell that's created, once it splits, it divides and creates more cells and new cells. That's how we stay alive. Every cell that's created has a vitamin D receptor on it. When you are lacking in vitamin D, different things will begin to show up in your life because you have low vitamin D. Low vitamin D is actually a pro hormone. So when you're having a challenge with your hormonal levels and you're low in vitamin D, sometimes you will start having hair loss here in the crown. So this is the hormonal zone. So when clients come in and they're having hair loss in the top here, one of the few things that I'll ask, in addition to are they taking a multi-mineral, is have you had your vitamin D levels checked? Often it's no. Some people say yes, and I make sure that my clients have their vitamin D levels if vitamin D is low. If vitamin D is not needed, then I move on to the next thing when it comes to top of the head hair loss. Miss Delcine, I knew who you were because I recognized the Tight Naturals because you had just reached out to me last week. So what I want to share with you is that's an example of one. Vitamin D is a prohormone. It actually also helps with your immunity. So when your immunity is low and you're low in vitamin D, you need to support your body's levels by taking a vitamin D supplement. So when I say that you need vitamins and minerals in your life to make sure you have the best hair and health possible, these are some of the places it shows up, and it shows up in your hair. So, as a trichologist, I'm here to just share with you the benefits of why you should have vitamins and minerals in your life. If you don't want to take them for any other reason than just to keep yourself healthy, you want to do this as a preventative issue. You don't want to wait till the problems show up. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be proactive. So I tell everyone, if you want to have the best hair possible, take a vitamin and mineral supplement regularly. So vitamin D is one of the first things that I mentioned that every woman, every man, every child should have in their life. Children, they have the benefit of going outside, they're playing, they're doing things. If they're not sitting at home on a cell phone and you shuffle them kids outside, they're getting the much needed vitamin D because they spend more time outside because they don't have responsibilities, they don't have duties, they don't have to work, many of them. So they're outside getting the sun. It's about to be summer, so thank goodness the kids can be outside. They'll be on the beach, they'll be in arcades, they'll get the vitamin D. But men and women, because we want to stay inside, we don't want to go outside, we want to get our hair messed up, the dog bit the cat, we don't want to go outside. Sometimes our vitamin D levels start to wane. It's just like the moon, waxing and waning. Sometimes our vitamin D levels start getting low, and then issues with vitamin D start showing up in your life. So that's just one of the things that you need to have in your diet and lifestyle to have the best hair possible. And I said I was going to mention two, so I'm going to mention another one. One was a vitamin. Now this one's a mineral. Iron. One of the main issues I see when people come in to see me is low iron, and everyone is anemic these days. So what happens is when you are anemic, it's going to cause you to eventually have very low blood circulation because you're anemic. You don't have enough red blood cells, not enough hemoglobin running through your body so that you can carry these red blood cells to the rest of your body so that your body can work better and be efficient. So when you are anemic, you need to make sure that you're taking iron, and you need to make sure you take it at least once a week. If you take it any more than that, you're going to develop mucosal blocks to absorption. You do not need to take iron every single day. You only need to take it once a week. And when you take your iron, I have two things that I need to share with you all before you jump off this call today. When you're taking your D, your vitamin D, you need to take it with K2 because they work well together. They play well together. Thank you so much from my heart. They play well together, and you're going to absorb it much better because that's how the body works. When you take vitamins and minerals that are absorbed well together, they work well together. There's a better chance you have better absorption because if you take vitamin D on its own, there's a chance you may not even absorb it at all. So the best thing you should do is take vitamin D3 with K2 so that you absorb it much better. With iron, you need to take iron with vitamin C. So I tell all my ladies and all my men when I recommend my hair growth tea or my detox tea or my sarsaparilla root tea because that's loaded with iron. Anything that has iron, I always say add a squeeze of lemon, add a squeeze of lime, add orange, add a grapefruit because it's tolerated well. It plays well together. Now, all y'all ladies, y'all know what I mean because when you want to go out with some of your friends and your friends want to bring another friend and you say, well, who's coming? Because everyone doesn't play well together. So I need you all to understand that as a health and wellness specialist and as a trichologist, this is a recommendation for you so that you absorb the product much better. So my dog keeps walking around and he's really distracting me and getting on my nerves. So I'm just going to get up for a moment. Sit down, Ralphie. Please sit down. Sit, 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 and relax, buddy. Just relax, okay? Because you distracted me. So this is an example of vitamin D. So although this vitamin D does not come enriched with K2, D3, sit down. D3 should be taken with K2. Also, this is another example. Iron. You see iron C? This is iron C. Iron C because iron should be taken with vitamin C. Sit, hard-headed. It plays well together. So I say all this to say that's why we're here. As your trichologist and your hair loss specialist, I know, Miss Celia Hannon, iron constipates you really bad, which is why you need to have fiber. But if you stay on this chat and you stay on this call for a couple more minutes, I got your solution. So iron usually constipates a lot of people, which is why I say you only are supposed to take it once a week. You don't need to take it every day. You don't need to take it once a week. And then when you take it, you must take it with something that it plays well with, which is vitamin C, iron and vitamin C. When you take your iron, make sure you take it with orange juice if it's within your blood type, because some blood types shouldn't have orange juice. Or take your iron if it's a capsule, try to take it with some kind of tea with citrus in it because it tolerates vitamin C well. So support my city. If you're not having good energy, you need to have your iron because if you're not getting any good energy, you're probably low in hemoglobin. It's not able to carry red blood cells or oxygen through all of your tissues. So you need to have iron and you need to have all of your B vitamins because the B vitamins help support your nervous system function, your carbohydrate capacity, and the ability to absorb it and use it and make good use of it. And it helps you when you need energy. So all of the B vitamins, all the B complexes. So I'm not going to digress right now because I want to have y'all here to understand the four must-haves for great hair. I'm going to answer all these questions that you guys send me after I'm finished. So when I'm talking about these examples, these are some of the examples of why you need vitamins and minerals in your life. So the four must-haves for great hair, if you want to have the best hair possible, these are some of the proactive things you need to have and not be reactive and only take it once it shows up because now your body's lacking. You want to have vitamins and minerals and you want to have a good supplement in your life to make sure that your hair and your scalp thrives better. So when I share this, I like to share the fact that we all need to take water-based minerals and supplements. I do not like pills because when you're over 50, the body has a harder chance and a harder time digesting minerals. It can't digest minerals like it used to when you were 18, 20, and 30. When you're getting 50 and 60 and 70, your body doesn't tolerate vitamins and hard capsules and pills well. Your body has a harder chance of digesting food. So I tell everyone you need to have a water-based supplement. Now, this is one of my heavy hitters, and I want to share with you all what these look like. I'm going to get a packet. Now, this is called Daily Essentials. In these Daily Essentials, this has your antioxidant or an anti-inflammatory. It has your multivitamin. It also has B complex, and it has calcium. So for women over 50 who are in need of calcium, that is a wonderful go-to that'll help solve all of your needs. But when you are having problems with your hair, I recommend an overall general vitamin and mineral supplement that works well, is tolerated well, that gets into your system within 15 to 20 minutes because it's isotonic, which means this, when it's mixed with water, has the same weight as blood and saliva. So your body recognizes it immediately. It doesn't have to go through the process of digesting everything and sending it all through your gut before it's accepted into your body. This gets accepted into your bloodstream within 15 minutes, and it's called isotonic. So I'm just going to get an example of this packet. Don't y'all go nowhere. Often when my clients visit me for hair and scalp exams, I'll have them come in and I will give them a sample of some of the products that I recommend. Now, this is what the product looks like. When you open these, because this product is not open, when you want to open this, yes, Miss Tanisha, I can get that out to you. I can give you the links. When you want something like this is all it is. And you take it and you rip it open and you put it into your water and you drink it. And this will solve a lot of your problems for all of you who don't like taking pills and who don't want to take nothing. You have to make sure that when you want to have better hair, you have to make sure you're giving your body the vitamins and minerals that it needs. So next on the list, in addition to the vitamins and minerals, the second thing on the list is an antioxidant. Now, let me share something with you. Cellular growth. I'm not sure if any of you guys on the call because I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Facebook, and I'm on YouTube. Now, somebody on one of these platforms, and if you have, put it in the chat because I want to know who's taking what and who's doing what, who's giving their body what it needs. Now, I want to know who's heard of antioxidants. Who's heard of antioxidants? If you have, put a little hand up. Let me know that you've heard of antioxidants. Who's heard of antioxidants? Somebody somewhere has heard of an antioxidant. Just put it up for me. Miss Jacqueline Davis on YouTube. Have you ever heard of antioxidants? Miss Celia, Miss Tanisha, anybody on Instagram? Okay, thank you. Anjanene. Anjanene. Okay, Anjanene says she's heard of antioxidants. So, Anjanene, you know that antioxidants help prevent oxidation. Antioxidant. So, like I was sharing with you earlier, any cell in the body, whether it's a hair cell, a lip cell, an epithelial cell, a heart cell, a muscle cell, any cell that's created in the body, because when we eat food, it's broken down into amino acids, like I said earlier. Amino acids are broken down into cells. Then the body distributes those cells to where they need to go in the body. So if the body needs more muscle cells, more heart cells today, more lip cells, guess what? Those cells are created according to what the body needs. When there is too much of an acidic life and you're not living right, and you're eating too much sugar, too much processed foods, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and you're not giving your body what it needs. Now, see, the one day I want to come on here and be live, now my neighbor wants to be out here cutting grass and blowing grass all over the place. So I apologize if you can hear that commotion. What happens with cellular processes is when we're exposed to too many free radicals, those cells begin to die. So when you feel like you're getting old and you're breaking down and you look like you've aged 2 years in 2 months, it's because your body is going through free radicals, cellular death. So we want to prevent the cells from dying. We want to prevent our hair cells from dying. We want to make sure that we have the best cellular growth possible throughout the entire body, let alone the hair. We want to make sure we have the best growth possible. We want to prevent our cells from dying off. What happens is all these good cells, once they're created and they're born, they're just flourishing. They're like, hey y'all, what's going on? Then you always got to have a bully. It's always a bully on the schoolyard. It's always a bully everywhere. And in the body, with body physiology, it's no different. The bullies are called free radicals. The free radicals come, they bump their healthy cells and they create radical cells. These radical cells are like, Lord, what we get ready to do now? What we gonna do? These cells usually don't last long and they die off quick. Usually what happens is when you're taking supplemental products like vitamin C and vitamin E, sometimes it helps reinvigorate these cells that have been knocked off with a free radical. Usually, if you take supplemental products like antioxidants, it boosts these cells that have been knocked around with these free radicals and puts them back in play and allows them not to die off. So now your body's not aging so quick. Your hair is not diminishing and losing density as quick because you're taking your antioxidants. You're preventing your cells from dying off. So when I talk about this product, how I say this is a good overall product, it has what's contained OPC3. This isotonics brand, if you've heard it before, this OPC3, this here is the winner. This is the antioxidant. This is the antioxidant. When I sell this as a standalone bottle, this is what it looks like. It's called OPC3. Now, this is an antioxidant, okay? OPC3. I want you guys to be able to see that, OPC3. Now, this is what you need because it's an antioxidant. It prevents the cells from dying off and it prevents them from being exposed to so many free radicals. If they're exposed to free radicals, they got a better shot at staying in play and the cells do not die off as quick. So we don't want our hair dying off no quicker. We don't want it thinning. We don't want our hair going anywhere. We want to do what's humanly possible to save our hair. So this is why I'm here. As a certified trichologist and a hair loss practitioner, I'm trying to make sure I give you the goods because no one else is going to give you these goods. Because a lot of people don't even understand all this to be able to translate it into how it affects the hair. And that's why I'm here. So the third thing that we need, and I want to make sure that all of y'all are paying attention. I got a couple people in on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I want to make sure that y'all paying attention. If you can, please tap the screen. Let me know that y'all still here, and let me know if you guys remember what it is I shared. What are the first two things that we need to have great health and great hair. Thank you for tapping the screen. Let me know that y'all listening. What did I say so far? I want to make sure that you're listening. I got 14 people combined with Facebook and YouTube. I got 9 here on TikTok and 2 on Instagram. Let me know what it is that we need. Yes, Moon. Yes, Yams Nuki. Let me know if you remember anything that I shared that we need to have the best hair, the best health. Vitamin C. Okay, what else did you hear? Support my city. You remember anything that I shared? Having sent, you remember anything that I shared? Anybody here on TikTok, let me know that you remember anything I shared. Yes, iron, and what else? Come on, Facebook and YouTube. What y'all got for me today? You guys remember anything that I shared? Vitamin D, vitamin C, iron, antioxidants. Yes, thank you. Yes, okay. Miss Deborah Francis, yes, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this back again. So what I was sharing is the importance of needing vitamins and minerals in your diet to make sure that you have the best health possible, which will give you the best hair possible. So these are 4 non-negotiable must-haves. You need to have vitamins and minerals in your diet every single day. You need to have a great antioxidant. Thank you, Tight Naturals. Thank you so much for that. You need to have your vitamins and minerals. This here is a wonderful, yes, Celia, vitamin D and K2, D3 and K2. So this is just a particular vitamin and mineral supplement. You can mix this with water. Now I have my sample here. They come in little packets like this. You take it out and you carry it in your pocketbook. Okay? They're just like this. You take it out and you rip it and you put it into your 16 by 9 ounce bottle of water. And if you can, put it into a carafe because no one likes to have plastic because then we're eating plastics all day. So that's for another talk. So vitamins and minerals is the first one. Vitamins and minerals. So in addition to the Ms. Delcina said vitamin D, vitamin C, iron, and antioxidants. So in addition to all that, you need vitamins and minerals. Second, and she was correct, is your antioxidants. And this is going to prevent cellular death. We want to keep the hair on our heads as long as possible. We don't want our hair thinning. We don't want it falling out because when we're not getting in enough of those antioxidants, it contributes to cellular death. It can mean hair cells, it can mean eye cells, stomach cells, heart cells. You need your antioxidants. Third on the list are anti-inflammatories. Anti-inflammatories. You need anti-inflammatories in your life to keep everything at bay, to keep everything from being an itis, arthritis, bursitis, IBS, gout. Should I go on? Hair and scalp pain. You need your anti-inflammatories. Number 1 are making sure you're getting omegas in the diet. So you need to have the omegas that are right for your blood type. Not every blood type needs to have the same type of omegas. Some people can have coconut oil. Some people can have grapeseed oil. Some people can have olive oil. Some people can have linseed flaxseed. Everybody's different. I want to keep it 100 for you. This item here that I was talking about earlier, this OPC3 has 2 products in one. It has your antioxidant and your anti-inflammatory. This has inside of it called resveratrol. Resveratrol is a powerful antioxidant which also doubles as a powerful anti-inflammatory. Now the OPC3, if I can get it right, because sometimes I can't even get it right myself when I say it, oligopolymeric chain cells. Give me 1 second. Now, when I get hairstylists and beauty professionals that I work with, that I want them to get involved with this product so they can learn more about it. I always give them one of these books, and it's called The Live Better Longer, and it talks all about OPC3s, and that's what this product is, the powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. So because I can't remember it half the time because it's a long word, it's called proanthocyanidins. Oligopolymeric proanthocyanidins. Woo! Wow, that's a long name. So that's what these are. But this particular product is an anti-inflammatory and an antioxidant. So when you take this and you add it to your water, it is made from berries, bilberry, blueberry, blackberries, red berries, raspberries, any of the berries that you can make up wine with. It's inside of this, which is why it's beneficial for certain blood types to have a glass of wine daily, because it actually is loaded with antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. So when you want to keep inflammation down and pain and stiffness and scalp pain and body pain, and you want to keep the inflammation down in your brain and keep the inflammation down across your entire body, you need anti-inflammatories. Anti-inflammatories. So, Miss Grace Patterson, I want to share with you how you can order it. If you have the chance, if you can't do it now, you can send me an inbox. You can send me a message on Facebook, and I will send you the links to how you can order any of the products mentioned. Or you can run over to my website, hairlosscenternj.com, and you can put a message in the chat and just say you were on today's live. If that doesn't work for you, you can just send me a message here on Facebook. You can just leave the message here, and once I get a chance, because I have to go out in the field ministry today because I'm a Jehovah's Witness. So when we knock on your door, answer your door and stop playing and stop acting up. I have to go out in the ministry today and I have to leave by 9:15. So I won't be able to respond right now, but a little bit later I will. I can let you know how to order all of that a little bit later. So those two ways, hopefully that'll help. So I talked about the need for vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatories to have the best health and the best hair possible. This is going to prevent all that scalp pain, all the body pain, all the pain in your body. Even the brain becomes inflamed, which is why you need a good source of omegas. Omegas help with heart health. They help keep the inflammation down in our blood pathways and also in the brain. Omegas and anti-inflammatories are so beneficial, I can't even get into why they're so important for you. But because I'm mentioning them, I hope you take this information and just internalize it and think about it. So when someone else mentions it to you again, you'll be like, that girl on that live was talking about that. Yes, I think I'm going to buy them now because I think I get it. The last thing that I want you all to understand that is extremely important, we had vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. The last thing that everybody needs, everybody, and nobody is immune, are pre and probiotics. Because of the way we're living, because we don't grow our own food, and because all the food has all sorts of different toxins and things all in it, and because of the way we're living these days, most of the food has the fiber stripped out of it. It has had all the probiotic goodness stripped out of it. So now it's at the point where even if we take probiotics, the probiotics can't multiply enough to really do our body any good, because we need something to help motivate the probiotics so that they can continue growing in the body. So you need prebiotic fiber. I like to share with everyone, it's as if you're going out and you're just planting some food in your backyard. You can just throw seeds in the dirt and they may grow, they may not. But if you don't give it prebiotics, they won't grow as well. So I'm going to give you an example of what the prebiotics are when it comes to a garden. If you want to just grow things out in your garden and you just plant it in the dirt, it'll grow up weekly and meekly. But if you add plant food, if you add nitrogen, if you add cow manure and the richness to the soil, you'll have a better chance of having a great garden. It's the same for our digestive system. It benefits our immunity, it benefits our hair, it benefits our sleep, it benefits our hormonal health much better when we have prebiotic fiber to enrich the probiotics in our gut. We don't have enough probiotics. You can keep taking probiotics all day long, it's not going to be enough. You need prebiotic fiber to be like the fertilizer for the probiotics. So, in this example, this is the last thing because I have to get on the road so I can make it out to my field service group. This is one of the heavy hitter examples that I recommend to all of my clients. Pre and probiotics. This is a psyllium fiber, but it's not that mealy, grainy, gritty stuff. As soon as you put this in water, it's practically dissolving and you drink it and it doesn't get all thick and like gel, like Metamucil. So this is one of the reasons why I recommend it. Oh yes, Miss Grace Patterson. Oh yes, it is tremendously okay if you can take it before you eat, and it'll help keep your blood sugar down. You make sure you don't eat a whole lot of carbohydrates. You make sure you have good healthy fat and a good source of protein. Yes, it's a good thing for you to have it as a diabetic because it's going to keep your blood sugar level, and it's going to help your hair as well. Now, those with blood sugar issues, usually the high levels of insulin create so much inflammation, which contributes to the hair loss. But yes, Ms. Patterson, as a diabetic, this is especially helpful for you. Diabetics, among anyone, need to have a good source of fiber because it helps keep your blood sugar stable. I would recommend everyone take it before they go to sleep so your body does the heavy lifting at night. So by the time you get up in the morning, you'll have a good, solid bowel movement because we need to get all of the waste and the toxicity, and we need to keep our bacterial levels. We need to have good sources of bacteria in our gut so that the bacteria can serve us well. We don't get sick as often. The serotonin gets to our brain the way it needs to. Our bodies keep the hormone balance at play. There are so many things that the gut does for us that we can't even imagine. And it also helps to reinforce those tight junctions that start to loosen because sometimes over time the junctions in the gut get like this and they become inflamed because of all the food we're eating. So what happens is toxicity leaks through and causes autoimmune conditions, alopecia areata, lupus, and among everything else. So we need to make sure that we're getting enough pre and probiotic fiber, that we're getting fiber at all because the fiber is stripped out of our food so that those tight junctions can start to close up with time. And then we'll start feeling better. The eczema will go away. The rashes will go away. The psoriasis will go away. The dryness, the flaking, the itching will start to go away and subside. But you have to take care of your bodies. I hope this helps because, like I said, I got to get home. I got to hurry up and put my skirt on, and put my shoes on, and put a nice shirt on so I can get out in the field ministry. I hope you all having a good day. And like I said, if somebody knocks on your door and they want to give you a good word because they're trying to save your spiritual life, just let them talk to you for a minute because this is what I'm about to go do in just a couple minutes. We not all bad. If you don't want us to come, just say don't come to our house no more. So I'm going to go spread some joy and save some lives. And I hope this helps someone. If I can, please allow me to be a resource to you. And Miss Grace, I'm going to send it to you, but I'm probably send it to you later. I will make sure all of you guys, if you need this product, I will make sure I have these links available to you. But I got to go. Love, peace, and hair grease. Thank you for joining me today because you could have been doing something else with your time. You are welcome, Miss Lady Love. If there's anything that I can do for any of you guys, please just let me know. I'm always just a text away. Y'all have a good day on purpose. Bye bye.